Good morning on a Saturday. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill coming to you from the Portland, Oregon, and Vancouver, Washington area, and an update for our weekend, which is going to get really wet really fast on the Saturday. So that's where I begin over on the left side. This snapped just moments ago from the satellite imagery. And you can see we are firmly under the thick cloud shield, and all of this moisture is starting to push inland. We do have light rain being reported along the coast right now, and we will see rain become widespread into the Portland area probably before the noon hour. And then all of this looks to be about 12 hours of widespread rain from in the valley up and down I-5 from roughly noon today through about midnight tonight before it breaks into showers. This is being triggered by a push of warmer air that will be coming in. We're not going to see so much of a temperature surge, however, because the warm front itself won't arrive until this evening. So that'll keep Cascade snow levels near the passes. And with the rain falling, it'll be tough to warm up here in the valley. But I will get into Cascade snow levels and travel update. The one pass that looks gnarly early this morning is Santiam. You can see the snow and the ice ruts on the highway there. Government Camp is actually showing wet, bare pavement. And then the other story with the dry weather still on track for a good chunk of next week, starting Monday, is that we'll get into some cold nights. Again, this time of the year, you get clear nights, you get cold weather, especially in calm wind zones. So a lot of you will get into a run of some freezing temperatures. So we will talk all about that as well. Real quick, something I touched on a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks actually, and I haven't mentioned it a lot since then, but I'm talking about will we ever get into a switch from what has been a mild stretch of weather going back the last 2 weeks of December? Will we ever switch it and get into some cold that would potentially bring a threat of some winter snow and ice into the valley, mainly snow, I think, this winter, if we're going to get a winter snowstorm? So, what I'm seeing a model trend is that the models show these cold episodes, but then they disappear and then they're pushed farther back. So, at one point, the models were showing some cold weather, the first couple days of January, and then it got pushed back into mid-January. And now that's been pushed back. This is the CFS American model, January 21st to the 26th, showing basically this is a temperature anomaly map, and it shows the average temperatures for the mean 24-hour periods for January 21, 26 to be about 10 degrees below normal on average in our region. But again, as a forecaster, you see the models keep pushing something off and pushing something off. Sometimes that means it simply never comes. Other times it does come, so you got to keep watching it. But for now, we're just kicking the can down the block in terms of cold weather. The same weather model, this shows, now this is interesting. This is the first part of February, February 2 through the 9th. This is the upper level flow pattern, the 500 millibar contour lines of pressure. Here's a cold low. See the blue contour? It comes right over Portland. That's the polar jet. So if this were true, we would at the very least have a stretch the first 10 days of February where snow levels would be 2,000 feet or lower with heavy snow up in the Cascades, and the air mass would be cold enough that if we got a surface feature in the correct spot to ignite an east wind into moisture, we would have some winter weather here in the valley. The bigger bet, if this happens, again, the models keep kicking this down the road. But if it happens, this at the very least would be a run of really good Cascade snow down to 2,000 feet and maybe lower. So I guess the tale is right now, in terms of tracking cold weather, everything has been kicked back to at the earliest the last 10 days of January into the start of February. I will tell you that all models, the European and the American models and the Canadian model, all like the February averages for the month, that's next month, to be below normal. So we'll see. We'll see how that pans out. Okay, quick shout out to the Momentous Wealth podcast. Listen on Apple Podcasts, listen on Spotify. These are investment topics you can select from, meant to educate you, brought to you from local firm Momentous Wealth Management, licensed in Oregon and Washington. They're the firm that I use and highly recommend. Good people. All right, let's get you going. Let's get back to this afternoon's or today's rain. This is 1 o'clock this afternoon, National Blended Model. I mentioned moments ago we're seeing light rain pick up along the coast. It won't be long before we'll start seeing some light rain move into the valley. And then before the noon hour, and this is 1 o'clock, but before the noon hour, we'll see this widespread shield of moisture overtake the area coming in from west to the east, eventually this afternoon moving through the gorge and up into the Cascades. You can see this is not scattered. I mentioned earlier this could be about 12 hours of absolutely solid precipitation. So this gets us into about the midnight hour of tonight, and it's still solid rain, including through the gorge. And then overnight into tomorrow morning, this push of rain coming in with a warm front breaks quickly into scattered showers. This is 4 o'clock Sunday morning. And then I think Sunday daytime, that's the latest that model goes. Sunday daytime in the morning goes on to be primarily dry. Here it is on the, I'm going to take it a step farther. This is the American GFS model. Again, this is Sunday morning about daybreak, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, showing there's a shower threat, but really pretty quiet, nice start to your day. Remember, I started to talk about this really yesterday. There's a cutoff week low that looks like it has a good chance of bringing at least some rain developing mainly into the PM hours of Sunday. This is 1 o'clock Sunday showing some shower. Here's the weak system offshore, throwing some rain inland along the coast, initially mainly south of Portland. Here is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The low would be down in here. It would produce a moisture shield kind of spinning up to the north of it. And this could be a little wedge of solid rain, potentially. That's what this model is showing, the GFS model, late afternoon into the evening hours of Sunday. And then all of that dissipates by the time we get into Monday morning, some lingering showers in the gorge, and then becoming all dry quickly during the day Monday. So get this. This is such a weak cutoff system, what I just showed you. Weather models for the rain coming in today through about midnight tonight give the coast an inch. They give Portland a half of an inch to maybe 3/4. All right, pretty good bit of rain. And then we get a break. And then the rain that I just showed you coming in Sunday daytime, especially PM hours into the evening. Some models say that's a tenth of an inch of rain. Other models say it's a half of an inch of rain. It's such a weak system, I would tend to believe that the lower rain amounts are correct, but odds seem to be increasing. We're at the very least at some point Monday, or excuse me, at some point Sunday afternoon, tomorrow into the evening, we're going to see a period of rainy weather pass from that weak system. And then Monday, we go on this big stretch of dry weather. So, what about wind? Good news here, not watching much. This is this afternoon at 4 p.m. Again, at this point, there's a warm front right offshore where you see my cursor and where you see the green, which are winds gusting to 30 or better picking up. So if this is correct, at 4 p.m. this afternoon, it would be mainly a south wind gusting 15 to 20 up the coast. This would be an east wind gusting to about 25 out of the gorge. And this would be winds again from the south gusting to the 30 along the beaches. Now, this model says any wind tonight along the coast, south and central, will be gusts in the 30s and not reaching 40. So we'll see if that's correct. Certainly no threat of any high winds. Here's the warm front coming in this evening. Winds have picked up a little bit in the valley. South winds gusting about 25. That's noticeable, but not concerning. Um, and then winds out of the gorge that were from the east at some point going into the evening will actually flip to the south. And as that happens, typically you would see the gorge winds start to quickly diminish. So the breezes overnight, when the warm front passes, really quickly quiet down. Let me back up into this is Sunday afternoon, Sunday daytime. Really no wind at all. That little weak system coming in Sunday daytime, not producing any wind, period, in the area. And then we go calm into Monday as well. All right. Here's an update on the mountain. Snow level today, 4,000 feet. This is hours of PM snow into the evening. So government camp's going to be right there. Will it be all snow? If it's all sticking snow, then government camp will get well over 4 inches. We think up through 5,000 feet, meadows and timberline, there'll be about 10 inches of snowfall. So certainly there's a good chance, especially as the sun angle gets low this afternoon into the evening, that the Cascade passes will become snow covered, and they would be snow covered for your travel Sunday morning as well. The Sunday morning is mainly dry with some PM snow showers coming, and the snow level is slightly higher tomorrow. 4,500 feet would be all wet conditions at government camp, but 4 inches of snow as you near 5,000 feet. And then there's the dry forecast Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday up there. Again, I mentioned government camp's just wet this morning, 33. There's Santiam, there's Willamette, both snow covered. Little patches of snow and ice, slow going, 30 degrees on Cabbage 84 out over the blue. Siskiyou Summit, those looking good at this hour. Again, deteriorating, snowy passes expected later this afternoon, including government camp. There's a winter weather advisory up today for that incoming snow. This is courtesy of Hillcrest Ski and Sports Store out in Gresham. Again, they have everything to rent for little kids to adults and to buy for little kids and adults. Really one of the bigger complete ski board stores in the entire region that I'm aware of. All right, let's get back to the flow pattern, and then we're going to quickly get you wrapped up here. Here is this afternoon. See this low right here? Right in here is the warm front. Notice how the lines of equal pressure. This is surface, so isobars. They're not really packed close together. Remember the wind chart showed even at the beach winds will stay under 40 miles per hour. So that makes sense. Okay, so that's the rain coming in today into tonight. Here's Sunday morning. See right in here? It doesn't look like much, and it's not, but that's the week low that the models are saying throws rain our way Sunday afternoon uh, into Sunday night. Here it is. It's offshore. It's weak, but it's there. And apparently there's some moisture involved. All the models put out manageable rainfall Sunday afternoon into the evening. And then by Monday morning, it's just kind of dissolves and it looks like we'll go dry. Now, what I want to point out here Monday morning, see this high here in Canada and all the way down to Texas? This is Canadian air. So obviously colder. Here's the cold front all the way off the Gulf Coast. Okay. We are getting kind of a moderate high pressure area coming in off the Pacific, and the two kind of merge or modify. Now, we'll be dry as I play this into Tuesday morning. See how the isobars get closer together. And if you take the winds around the high clockwise, this is showing you an east wind shooting through the gorge and maybe even up and over the Cascade slopes. This would be dry air advection. It would lower dew points, allowing colder nights starting Tuesday morning, where some of you will get down to freezing. And because these two air masses merge or kind of modify ours into the Canadian high, but the wind is from the east, which is pulling air to some degree off the Canadian high. It's tough to tell how much cold air advection we get, meaning how warm will we be in the afternoon, even if we get full sunshine, or how cold will we be, and how strong will the east winds get, because the east winds would be chasing warmer conditions at the coast. So that's the setup for days and days and days next week. There's Tuesday. I'll just play this into Wednesday. Well, Wednesday, it looks like, see how the isobars get farther apart and the wind direction actually goes a little bit more south? So if this is correct, the gustiest winds would set up late Monday, Monday night, Tuesday, then the east winds wouldn't be as strong Wednesday. But this is still a high that's moderating somewhat off that Canadian air mass. So again, it's tough to tell exactly how cold we would be or simply not, okay, as a forecaster. I want to touch on temperatures. This is tomorrow afternoon for your Sunday. So today we're going to try to get up to 50. It really depends on when the rain really picks up. It makes sense that probably more of the Willamette Valley today than not stays in the 40s with the rain picking up and holding temperatures down. But tomorrow we have a chance to warm up to 50 by noon, and then showers would be coming in later in the day. And then here comes Monday morning. Monday morning, we haven't started the cold air advection yet. So this shows valley lows generally around 40 degrees to upper 30s at most. It shows Hood River 34, maybe 32 in the gorge. But really, it's Tuesday morning that I'm focused on for the first threat of fairly widespread freezing temperatures and calm wind areas away from the east wind. This shows 33 the Dalles, 31 Hood River. It shows right around 31, 32, 33. So if this is correct, from Salem all the way south through Lane County, temperatures are going to be freezing or just above. And maybe some of the colder areas could get down to 28 degrees. This shows along the coast, it's mainly holding mid 30s to about 40 degrees. And then let's play this in and see what they show for lows temperatures Wednesday morning. 29 Hood River in the Dalles. Again, this shows 33, 34, 35, but I bet the reality is from really Hillsborough all the way down into Lane County is going to be more like 30 to 32 to 33, in some areas 28, 29 degrees. So not a incredibly cold batch of air for us, but certainly getting into some freezing temperatures. This keeps the coast mostly above freezing along the immediate beach areas. So that's a look at what we're watching. Let's go around the horn real quick. Medford, 41 degrees right now. Rain coming in today. Chance of some rain Sunday. That rain chance ends early Monday. Then Monday goes dry, 53. Then there's the dry weather. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Eventually seeing some warmer weather in the mid 50s the back half of next week. Okay, Bend, 36 right now. Chance of moisture spilling over the Cascades eventually later today, overnight, and Sunday. Monday quickly sees the rain chance end, and there's all the dry weather. Cold nights, 26 degrees Monday morning. All right, let's bounce it up to Seattle. We've got the weekend rain. We've got sunshine on Monday. You've got temperatures up in the metro area closer to 40 than 32. And dry weather. Rain chances pick up Friday afternoon. That's the next system that comes in the back half of next week. Salem, rainy weather today. The showers pick up tomorrow, especially in the afternoon. That rain chance ends early Monday morning. Then we go all dry until the rain chances pick up Friday. And I do believe Monday, Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday, we'll have a chance to see freezing temperatures in Marion County, colder than what the guidance is showing right now. Here's Newport. Rain today. We talked about the winds gusting generally less than 40 at the coast. Showers, not much wind at all tomorrow on Sunday. Then again, the rain chance ends early Monday morning. You go all dry at the beach. And look at the temperatures. The coast again next week. We'll see afternoon temperatures on average, probably a good 5 degrees warmer at least than we'll see here in the valley. I mean, look at this 55, 54, 55, 56. That's terrific weather at the coast next week. If you have a chance to get away, you'll find some sunny days with some light winds and really, really mild temperatures. Okay, here's my Portland 7-day forecast courtesy of Hazeldale Tire Pros. I just had them put 4 new tires on our Subaru. So if we get some snow, we'll be ready. If we get that snow later this month or maybe February, we'll see. Highly recommend them. Hazeldale Tire Pros off Highway 99 up in off of I-5 in Clark County. All right. Today, the steady rain coming in before the noon hour will probably hold in the 40s most areas. We have the breezy winds, noticeable 10 to 20, but not much else. Tomorrow, light winds, PM showers around. Tough to tell how much total rain we get or don't. The chance of rain looks better and better the later in the day we keep going into the evening. And then I really think the rain chance shuts off by sunrise Monday. And then we become mostly sunny. I've got Portland because of east winds out of the gorge in the main metro holding above freezing next week, but calm wind areas will get down to 32. Otherwise, some of the guidance is showing we could hit 50 on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But remember, I'm thinking there could be colder air blowing out of the gorge that would keep some of us in the 40s. So we'll see. And then shower chances pick up on Friday. All right. So for your weekend, rainy all of this afternoon, all of this evening, and then later in the day tomorrow, we'll see how much we get. Subscribe if you haven't. It helps me out. You'll get notified when I post. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill, and I'll talk to you soon.